Yo, what's up, everybody? Pushing it a little bit late. 7 o'clock starts really get me stressed out. But let's go. Indiana plays Northwestern tonight. And I put on the thumbnail. Which team will show up? This team's been Jekyll and Hyde. The last series of couple games, they come off a 5-game win streak. They get thumped a couple times, once at home, calling for everybody's head. Luke Goody loses his mind on social media, but here they go and respond at Ohio State with a win. And here we are at Northwestern where we don't fare so well. And the ball's tipped up out of bounds, and I believe that'll be controlled by the Wildcats. Bear with me as we get started here today, as I am not 100% prepped and ready. So I've got to fix some things as we go. Martinelli has the ball. He is their leading scorer, and they stick Luke Goody on him to start with. Very interesting matchup. Rice is out there as well, and we have a turnover of sorts. I'm not sure what instigated it, but Leach looks to be the guilty party, whether it was traveling or a missed pick. I'm not sure. Welcome in, everybody. I'm very nervous about tonight's game. There is a lot on the line for these Hoosiers here today, as I still have hope for them to be mid-seed in the NCAA tournament right now, and they have to perform on the road. And that starts with Umar Ballo, who has the ball now at the top of the key, looking to pass it, gets it to Rice on the wing, round the pick. Rice drives. Ball is knocked away. Rice picks it back up. Got 8 on the shot clock. Leo throws the pass, and it's tipped and stolen as these handsy Northwestern Wildcats get their hand on the ball. That's Indiana's first turnover, and we're back on the opposing end. Leach for 3, short off the rim, no good. Rebound, Northwestern gets it back, and they will reset. Looking to feed the post. Martinelli on Rice, drops the pass off, and he loses it out of bounds. Turnover, Northwestern, and we go back to Indiana. I'm almost situated and set. Let's go. I don't even remember what day it is. Crap. Waited too long. Rice gets in the lane, and that ball is knocked away, and they're going to say it's a turnover. He lost it out of bounds. A little out of control there. Steps back, open 3 ball, money. That's Martinelli. He does not miss, and you cannot miss your assignment and leave him open for a second. This Northwestern Wildcats team, the way their athleticism is, they're sneaky athletic, but they remind you of like an 80s half-court style team. Ballo gets it on the post. He's working, feeds it inside to M'Baku, who puts it up. No good. No foul called on that. Looked a little bit handsy in there. Northwestern still leads 3-0, as my scoreboard is not working. And I don't know why. So ESPN's a little bit behind today. 3-0. Martinelli drives on Rice. That's not the matchup that I wanted to see him have. They feed it to the corner. Looks for the 3. Slips by Goody. Throws it up short off the front rim. But he uses a good job of creating contact there. And Goody will be called for the foul. Which Hoosier team will be here today? Nobody really knows. First free throws up, and it is good. Indiana starts out, and that is Caravino. Chris Collins goes out and gets some of the just really likable guys. I love watching that kid play. 6'6" out of Chicago. Rice gets it down to Leal on the corner. Back to Rice. Lays it up and in. Leal with the drop back to Rice. Rice scores Indiana's first basket. 4-2 Northwestern. And Northwestern brings it back in a hurry. They're going to rotate it around the post. Leach will reset. Leach on Rice is a match I really think will really look nice. Here he goes. He's going to get off the pick. Leach or Rice gets back in behind him. Turn around, jump shot, no good. Leal clears the board. Here comes Indiana. Gets it off to M'Baku, and M'Baku just traveled And they didn't call it initially, but the bench sure prompted that. And that is another turnover thus far for Indiana. Not the good look that we hope to see coming out of the gate here today. Caravino's got it out high. They get the switch to Martinelli with Leal on him. Let's see if they try to exploit it. They work it around. Caravino drives on Mbako. He loses his handle, gets it back to Martinelli. And they're going to get him with the travel. I'm not sure, but these officials look like they're ready to blow the whistle out every play down the court today. And that really does not a lot for the momentum of each of these teams going forward. Rice drives the lane, looks nothing there, pulls it back out, hits it over Goody on the left wing. I think that's his first touch so far. Over to Mbako. Mbako rings it back to the top of the key, hands off to Rice. Rice is looking, gets it to Leal on the high post. Leal to Mbako for three. Short off the front rim, no good. Ballo controls the rebound, up and in, and the foul. Umar Ballo controls the board, gets the board in, and lays it up and in, and Indiana will go to the free throw line for a chance for a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And there is a snowman in the house. There is a snowman in the house. Everybody check out Brian Snow, Snowman Multimedia. Good friend, just right down the road. Yeah, Mike, I don't know, bro. Which team's going to show up? I think a lot of it depends on Miles Rice. Good Miles, bad Miles. And so far, he's been a little of both. We'll see how the game progresses. All right, we got a 5-4 Indiana lead. He's going to work it across the timeline, and Martinelli gets it off. And there's Miles Rice up in Leach's face playing defense. I love the aggressiveness. Shoots the three ball over Leal. No good. Leal's there to defend. That should be a jump ball. It's going to be an and no, it goes out and misses. Miles Rice is going to be called for the foul inside, and Northwestern's going to go to the line for two. Welcome, Nick. What's going on, bro? Let's go, Hoosiers. You know, we can talk about that a little bit tonight. As up and down as everything is, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to root for my favorite team, regardless of what it looks like. First free throw is good. And we're just going to hope for the best. And you know what I just saw is completely sad is the inside of Welsh Ryan Arena. And there is really a lot of empty seats from the camera angles that you can't really see it. And, well, yeah, you can when you go past midcourt. But there is nobody there. Here goes Rice to Ballo. Ballo puts it up from 12. Rims out, no good. Good shot. Here comes Northwestern back the other way. It's going to work on Ballo. They got a mismatch there with Caravino. Shoots the 15-footer and hits it. Northwestern's back to a three-point lead, 8-5, as we've got 15:40 to go here in the first half. My scoreboard is behind by a minute and some change today. ESPN needs to get it together. Ballo's got it out high. Looks, nothing there. Gets it to Mbako. Mbako has been very cold. Not sure if he's got something mentally going on, but he has not been himself. Get the feed inside to Ballo. That should be Indiana's ball, and it is. The officials get together and make the right decision as Martinelli tips it out of bounds. We're going to reach our first time out here. Not the start I was hoping for, but you know what? We're not down by 30, so let's take it. 15-19 to go. Indiana trails by 3. What's up, Jake? 8 inches of snow. So you built a snowman? So Jake's got a snowman too? I got a snowman. He's right above you in the chat. But I seen a lot of snow hit down there in the Florida Gulf Coast area. One of my friends that lives down in oh crap, I'm gonna miss the name of the town, Pensacola. He sent me snowmobiles under a foot of snow and had a lot going on at home. Yeah, Nick, you are seeing it correct. Well, My ESPN scoreboard today for some reason is not keeping up. I'm trying to give it some boosted love. Still, I just refreshed it and it's still not correct. ESPN's having some technical difficulties. It is 8-5 right now with 15 minutes to go. Yeah, he wasn't. Charlie, my buddy that's down there, was not sure how to handle the snow, so I think he decided. Just to pack it in and stay home and wait for this to go away. Pretend like it's a bad dream. Yeah, Jake, we're going to be vacationing down in that area this summer or late spring, fairly close. Over by Mobile, I think, is the out on one of those islands out there. I think that's where I'm taking the family this year. 90% sure. Dauphine. It was beautiful today. It's got to be pretty to be in a tropical area, basically, which Florida's, I consider that tropical, and then have snow. Trey Galloway's in off the bench right now, and Miles Rice takes a seat. And there goes Mbako driving after the inbound. He has nothing there. He's going to pull up and shoot it, and he throws it off the backboard. Nothing there. That must have been a play designed for him to get him fired up, but he missed it badly. Northwestern's going to drive, working on Goody. There comes the double team. Indiana's a little bit faster on their switches on defense today. It's nice to see him a little excited about playing. Leo gets the steal, picks it up, gives it to Mbako. And Mbako will bring it across the timeline. Anthony Leal with the hustle play gets the steal, which is awesome. And everybody, Malik Renew sitting on the sideline waiting to come in for his first appearance today. I think his minutes are going to be limited. I don't know how good his knee is. Corner shot for Leal. 3 on the way. Airballed it. Nothing seems to be going in the basket right now. Here comes Martinelli. He fast. And layup is good. Saravino gets the bucket. 10-5. Mbako is trying hard. And Mbako gets the spin move in the lane. And he will score. 10-7 Northwestern. Somebody took a shot. Nicholson. I see that knee brace on Renew. I'm going to try to see if I can find it someplace else. Well, I got a second here. So on the Mbako layup, Nicholson took a shot to the face. I'm trying to figure out if my what's really screwed up right now. Okay, it's definitely on ESPN's end because let me try another scoreboard and see if I can find something that works. Oh my gosh, I hate ads. All right. Scoreboard's not going to working. 10-7, 14:04 to go right now. Leach has got it. It's going to work it. There's the pick by Martinelli. Nothing there. Looks to get it over to Caravino. Caravino's working on Goody. Let's see. There comes the double team. And they're going to rotate the ball around. Mbako gets out to cover. There's the Martinelli with the flip and scores. You got to stay tight to him or he can penetrate and do a nice job with the runner. 12-7 Northwestern. It's going to work it around, gets it to Renew. Renew hands it off, and he loses it, but it's tipped out of bounds by Northwestern. And what's bad is that I learned the other players for the other team during yuck. Here comes Northwestern the other way. Turnover. And Baco picks up the loose ball, hands it off. Here comes Galloway working the right side, looking. Going to try to feed it to Ballo on the post. Ballo gets the double team. Cross court to Goody for three. Yes, sir. Luke Goody hits his first shot of the day. Incredible pass by Umar Ballo. That whole sequence there for Indiana was excellent. Getting the ball to the post, Ballo recognizing the double team and finding the shooter. Leach is out high with the ball. He's going to work it against Mbako. Nothing there. Over to Martinelli. And that's an air ball low off the rim. No good, but he picks it up. Or Caravino, I'm sorry. Back again for another three attempt, and he hit that one. Second chance points will destroy you in this again at Northwestern. Because they don't miss a lot of the three balls. And why does something always have to ruin my day? There it is. Galloway has it out high, feeds Renew, his first touch, down to Ballo on the post. Cross court to Galloway for three. And Ballo is becoming an assist magnet as he hits Trey Galloway for the three ball. And that's 6 points in a row off 2 assists by Ballo. Definitely looking to facilitate more than be the scorer right now. And Indiana draws back within 2. They're going to rotate around high. Luke Goody. And Luke Goody picks up his second foul as he runs into Fitzmaurice. And it looked like he slipped on the floor there. That'll take us to the under 12 timeout. And we will see how that's going to work out. Let me see what the CBS game tracker looks like. And I will just play with it a little bit. Put in a ticket. That's right. Get that IT in here. Now we'll take that as good for right now. What's good, fundamental? Question of the day is which team is going to show up? Is it going to be which Jekyll and Hyde Hoosier team are we going to see? Are we going to see the guys that are lethargic and don't want to be here? Or are we going to see the team that feels desperate and like they need to win? I'm truthfully hoping that we get the team that we saw at Ohio State the other day. And you know what? The good thing is this Northwestern team is not shooting the ball well thus far. And it's given us an opportunity to stay in the game. Also, putting Galloway and letting Galloway sit for a little bit is good. I think we're going to need him down the stretch. I want to see if Kanan Carlisle can come in and play like he did the other day as well. He played some very inspired minutes off the bench last game. That 12 points was very important in the overall scheme of things, as he was very aggressive on the defensive end and going to the rim. It's just going to take a little while to get moving in here. Hopefully this start, which is not what we really wanted, it's kind of slow. But, you know, when you're in the game, you're in the game. Man, and Andy Katz coming up on Mike Woodson during the game. Mike Woodson's going to have to think about it to answer a question, wipe the sleep out of his eyes, because he does not seem interested in coaching a lot of the time. That would be a win. Lions getting Robert Zala. Caravino has the ball out high. He's going to work it around the pick. Ballo cuts off. Good job there. There's the trap out high, and that's a good job by Indiana's defense. Looking aggressive, deep three. They are not rewarded for their effort as Barry comes in off the bench and buries a triple. No pun intended, but the defensive effort was there on that possession that I have not seen out of them in a while. And there goes Ballo working his way inside and drawing a foul. They've been bringing Ty Berry in off the bench here as of late, and he's accepted the role. But he's a longtime starter and just been struggling with his three ball. Seems to be a common theme in college basketball. Galloway gets to the rim, no good. Balloway's fouled from behind, or at least they should call that a foul, after he clears the board. Man, I almost like the blue a little bit better. I don't know. This one's a little nicer. I'm going to have to adjust it a little bit. Leo gets the ball into Ballo, gets it over to Galloway. Galloway drives, looking nothing. Gets it over to Ballo again. Ballo falls down, and here comes Northwestern on the break, and Galloway blocks the shot, but Martinelli picks it up, rotates it around. Caravino puts it up, no good, and Leo clears the board. I haven't seen their defense play like this in a while. Very impressed. Renew gets his first touch inside. Turn around against Nicholson. Hard off the rim, no good. And that is out of bounds, and it's going to Indiana. Or Northwestern, excuse me. Yeah, that hand wrap ain't doing you no good when you're blocking shots, smacking the backboard. And there's Carlisle finally into the game as well. What the are we going to the monitor for now? Must be a clock issue. Yep, when you steal coaches, you get compensatory picks. And you know what? I'll say this about the Detroit Lions and that ownership group is that they really attack the draft, and I love watching their picks. So excited to see what they pull out of there for that. See, how pitiful is this? I know this is a Wednesday game in the Big Ten. I guess there's more people there than what I imagine. Ballo's got it in. Oh. Yeah, even the clock operator thought there should have been a foul. Looks to be about an 18-second sequence. I don't know. Does the tape show that he had something on the injury report? Is it just a cat and mouse thing? Not absolutely sure, but you're right. It looks kind of silly. Man, this is one of those things that where you do not want to destroy the rhythm. This right here, a 2 to 3 minute extra rest period where you're not playing basketball can totally change the trajectory of a game. Okay, I was off by 12 seconds. Well, you saw him block that shot, fundamental. He smacked the backboard when he blocked the shot aggressively. If that hand was hurting today, it's still hurting now. It must be a wrist. Galloway gets it inbound to Renew. Renew's working out there on Martinelli. Interesting. Gets it down to Ballo. Ballo's on the post. Nicholson behind him. Turnaround jump shot. And Nicholson plays really good defense. He's a big body, and he doesn't let you move around him or through him. So you have to fade away a little bit. And Ballo is not doing well in that 8 to 10 range right now. Leach has got it out high, gives it to Barry. Barry flips it up and in. And if that guy gets hot, you're in trouble. 20 to 13, 9:58 to go. Galloway's got it around the top of the key, gets it to Renew. If you do not see some kind of, he flips it to Renew inside, he's up and he's hit, but there's no foul there. And they are not calling it inside. So guess what? You're going to have to earn it. Barry with another 3 ball, and that guy's fire, dude. 8 points off the bench, and he's already up to, they're up 10. And did I pick the wrong game to be here? Hope not. Indiana's going to burn a timeout. His sweatband, arm sleeve, taped wrist. Had nothing last year. Man, I guess. Listen, I don't know. He's a super duper senior. When you got guys in that 5th year, they got to express something for individuality, right? Yeah, no doubt. 8-0 run last 2 minutes. They stopped the clock. I really want to see what Carlisle's going to do today. I want to see if he can back up his last performance. He's got it now. Hands it to Galloway. Galloway goes around, drives the lane, flips it inside. Ball's tipped. Bad pass. 1-on-1. Here we go. Drives the lane on Leal. And Leal just defends it. And Anthony Leal, he may not score points, but he doesn't make mistakes on the floor. Look at that defense. Good job by Anthony Leal. Just to stay straight up, not pressured. Rice will come back into the game. Indiana's down 10. Got to find a way to score. Should be a foul, no call. Rice drives the basket, flips it out to Carlisle. Carlisle into Ballo. Ballo to Renew. It's blocked. Renew clears the board, flips it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Resets. Carlisle for 3. Get in there, baby. No good. Ballo another rebound. And Ballo gets the rebound, the putback, and the foul. Goes to the line for 1. 8:41 to go. Umar Ballo and Malik Renew are doing battle underneath that basket. And I think they're a stronger group than that one there. And if they can get in there and control some boards, Ballo might have a great day. That was the 5th offensive rebound there by Malik Renew, and Ballo gets the putback. Ballo's free throw shooting has been better, but still not great. He's at the line. Free throws up, and it's hard off the back rim. No good. Nicholson clears. Leach will bring it up. This defensive end's got to improve a little bit. We're a little slow. Luke Goody comes back in with 2 fouls. They put him on Martinelli, who gets the pass inside, rotates it around. Barry drives the lane, flips it cross court, round the horn to Leach. Leach drives, nothing, spins inside, stolen away by Anthony Leal. Let's go. Leal brings it across the timeline, probing, looking, nothing there. Feeds Goody at the top of the key, over to Rice. Rice drives the baseline, gets inside, flips it to Ballo, and Ballo draws the foul on Martinelli, which is a big-time foul because he doesn't foul. And Ballo's going to go to the free throw line for 2. You know, we're watching every week. We're watching Umar Ballo lose weight. he's trimming up. He came in way overweight. Free throws up, and the first one's good. And Nick Martinelli goes to the bench with 2 fouls, which is absolutely huge because he is excellent on offense for Northwestern. More of a team leader than anything. Ballow's second free throw is up, and it's also good. 2 out of his last 3 ain't bad. 17-23, Indiana's down 6, 8:03 to go. Leach brings it across the timeline, feeds Barry. Barry sitting out there. Gets it to Nicholson. Nicholson's looking inside. Ballo gets the tip. Leo comes up with the steal. Here we go back the other way. Leo picks up the loose ball. Goody thinks about it from NBA range. Thinks better of it, and Rice will reset. There goes Rice all the way to the basket. Feeds Ballo. Ballo is stripped, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Nicholson, and Indiana's going to retain possession as we hit the under 8 timeout. Northwestern leads 17-20, 23-17. Yeah, the goal for this team is to find a little bit of rhythm, figure out who's doing well, and get into the second half close. Miles Rice, man, I would love to have an opportunity. And fundamental, you're a long time basketball guy, as most everybody in here is. If you would watch the way Miles Rice attacks the basket from the point guard position, he attacks it more like a scorer than he does a passer, a guy that's looking to pass. And even when he does pass, his angles seem to be off. Seems like shooters catch the ball out of position. They hit the big man going away from the basket, not towards it. The pass isn't in the wheelhouse where he needs it to be. And it's because of these really weird angles that Rice takes to get to the basket. Galloway does a really good job of driving to the basket and passing at the right time. So within the sides of the free throw line, Galloway makes his penetration moves there, and he'll pass out of it a little bit sooner as Rice will get a little bit deeper. And I think he leads his shooters a little too far because I think in his mind he wants to score first. And if he can get past that, he's got the potential to be an amazing point guard because he's got the length, athleticism. He's got the great court vision and awareness. I just think that he attacks the point too much like a shooting guard, somebody looking to score. Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch somebody play point guard, Trey Galloway is not the greatest point guard in the world. He does it out of necessity. But go watch Yogi Ferrell. Watch the way he attacked the basketball, the game itself. Leo gets it into Ballo as we're back from the timeout. Indiana, 1 of its last 10 from the floor, and that's Ballo. Inside, flips it up, and the ball is almost stolen away. Over to Rice for 3, and Anthony Leo gets the dime. Miles Rice gets the triple, and Indiana's down 3. Leach is going to bring it across the timeline as this Northwestern defense is completely intent on collapsing inside. They want to take away the inside game. They get it from Leach over to Caravino. Caravino's got it out high, and there is a wide open Leach on the other wing. No good. Anthony Leo clears the board. He's going to get all the stats today. High pick. No, Rice goes off the pick, flips it over cross court to Leo into Ballo. Leo makes the entry pass. Double team comes. Ballo to Leo, and Leo draws the foul as he cuts to the basket, and Ballo hits him with the pass. Ty Berry will be getting the call for the foul there, and Anthony Leo will go to the free throw line where he's pretty solid, get him in the rhythm of the game. Hopefully he hits at least 1 out of 2 here. Anthony Leal misses the first free throw. And here comes Malik Renew. Ballow's going to get a break. Renew's minutes should be very limited today and short spurts. 1-2 minutes at a time. Second free throw is good. I knew that first one might be off. 2-point lead, Northwestern. 6:44 to go. How we finish this half could be instrumental into the second half. Let's go. Play some defense. And they're going to get it over to Caravino, who drives and gets cut off. Help comes over to Barry. Barry drives inside out. Nothing there. Working on Miles Rice, and Rice gets the steal. A what? Rice comes up and gets the steal, and they call him for a foul. I don't even see where he touched him. Woodson's losing his mind over there. Finally, something out of Woodson. Rice had the ball as he was going to the floor, and they call him for the foul because he bumped him in the hip. Caravino's got the ball out high, works it across court. Deep three ball, no good. Rebound to none other than Anthony Leal, who starts the break. Gets it up, flips it in there to Renew, and it's tipped away. Tried to make the pass, didn't get in there. Here comes Northwestern, and Leal's going to get called for the foul, but he stops the break. I'm getting these names all these names are all messed up. Ciravino, Angelo is the one there. What's the other one's name I've been butchering? Well, it's only a foul if you don't have possession of the ball, right? Hey, Sam, you got to have, if you have possession of the ball, that's not a foul. And I think that should be what he was going for, but the official just out of line. Free throws good by Ciravino. The one I'm thinking of that I've been butchering, Barnheiser. Rice is out high. There should be a makeup call somewhere down here. Rice gets inside, pulls up from 12. No good. No passing on that play. I'm kind of disappointed in that set. 3-point lead for Northwestern, 24-21. Being in rhythm is hugely important. Ciravino's got it, goes back out. That's a hard shot off the back rim. No good. Here comes Rice, gets it over to Leal, back to Rice. Across the timeline. 5:25 to go. Need a run. Rice has it on the high, goes off the pick. Nothing there. Over to Goody. Goody gets in the lane, gets it back to Anthony Leal. Leal to Goody. Goody back to Rice. 20 on the shot. The shot clock's not moving. And we have another clock error. Yeah, the pass wasn't necessarily that bad, and it was a better defensive play. But to take the foul down there, I don't think he had much choice. He didn't want to give up 2 points. And fundamental, I'll say another error right now that Indiana is making is not playing Langdon Hatton. I know Malik Renew is back, at least somewhat, but Langdon Hatton has been putting in very good minutes here lately, and his progression is going to be needed as we get further into the Big Ten season. And the one thing that's kind of another thing that's kind of disappointing is notice how coach is absolutely searching for lineups that work. This is a point in the year when you're fine tuning, not searching for combinations to make you make runs. There's some happy kids at Welsh Ryan Arena today. I guess if you were getting an education at Northwestern University, I'd be a happy camper too. Well, it's definitely JV hour when it comes to clock because they can't obviously operate it. Nah, but doesn't this literally feel like a one of those real gritty Big Ten games? Like nobody wants to win, nobody can find a lot of rhythm, just beating each other to a pulp. Northwestern right now is a good basketball team that we're everybody complains about where we're sitting right now, but I would much rather be 5-3 than 2-5. Anything to be in that top 10 of the Big Ten is much better than being 15th. Nebraska struggled here of late as well. Where was their struggle when we played them earlier this year? So Indiana is going to have 7 seconds on the shot clock. 5:09 will be put on the game clock, and they need to get this together. Yeah, there was a run there in the 80s where I think they won like 20 some straight games in a row, maybe more. Uh I don't I used to love it in the 80s when we would go to Minnesota, Northwestern, and Wisconsin back in the day, and those were cupcakes. Those were guaranteed wins. Rice gets the ball in the inbound, 5 on the shot clock. He's going to make something happen. Drives to the rim, puts it up. No good. Rebound comes out to Ciravino, and here comes Barnhizer. Barnhizer for Northwestern's going to work off the pick. Looks nothing. Gets it over to Ciravino. Ciravino's got it. Looking inside. Nothing there. Good defense. Goody's out high on Leach. Leach has got it. Pulls up for 3. Bad shot. Bad result. Renew clears the board. Leal will bring it up. Indiana's down by 3. This is where we need to make a run. Need to put some pressure on before the half. A couple fresh bodies would be nice too. Gets it inside to Leal. Leal flips it out to Goody. Rice for 3. Good pass in rhythm. No. Long rebound cleared by Barnhizer, and here comes Northwestern. Leach has got it. Back to Barnhizer. Drives on Carlisle. Flips it out. Leach is open in the corner. Ciravino's open. Rhythm shot. No good. Goody clears the rebound. Here comes Indiana back the other way. So we need to put a lead on them. They will have confidence until we lead. And then we got to make them a little desperate. Rice has got it out high. Gets it to Renew. And Renew should be called with the foul there. Ty Berry is going to get called with that foul. But I see something that I really don't like. Martinelli's coming back into the game at this point as Chris Collins notices that there's a little bit of a disconnect on offense. So those of you watching the game as well, on these high picks, I've noticed twice now that our bigs, once they set the pick and they roll off of it, they're pushing off. And they're going to call that on them at some point tonight. I seen Renew do it twice, and I saw Mbako do it earlier. You cannot extend your arms like that. And they may not have caught it that time because they called Ty Berry for the foul, but they will call it because Chris Collins has to see it. Oh my gosh, so many IU alumni in Chicago fundamental. Bro. Yeah, and I had to be a little sarcastic today. Yeah, the pick and roll with Galloway has been such a fundamental play for the last 3 seasons. Like, look how good it worked with TJD. Look how good it worked with Khalil Ware. I've seen it at times this season where he gets Ballo going with the alley-oop. That is such a play. And I know teams have practiced defending it and whatnot, but you never stop running that play. You should run that 1 out of every 10 possessions, right? You should at least run that 1 out of every 10 possessions. I do see something different today that I like, is that they're not running Ballo out on the high pick or get him in the high post. I think they're trying to keep him down near the basket and conserving some of his energy. I don't like him on the high post. I like Renew up there. I love Mbako up there. I think that's a good spot for Mbako. But that pick and roll should be 1 out of every 10. That's when you need a basket, because Galloway either shoots the floater or he gets Ballo with a slam dunk. High percentage. Renew's going to go to the free throw line, and we haven't even hardly seen him shoot yet. Malik Renew down to 14.1 points per game. Free throws up, and it's good. Nice stroke by Malik. Nice to see him hit a free throw. Nicholson's coming back in, and therefore you will see a Ballo. I don't think we need to get away from Langdon Hatton, though. That kid's played very well with Renew being out. He needs to be on the floor. Second free throw's up, and it's also good. Renew comes off. They sub Ballo in for Renew. Renew gets a couple points, and little baby steps with that knee. 1 point game for Indiana now. Here comes Northwestern. I love Carlisle defending the point. Leal is on Martinelli, which is tough. They're going to rotate it around to Barnheiser. Leal is covering just about everybody as Indiana will switch. Now Leal's on Leach. Leach rotates it around. Leal's on the ball. He's on the ball almost every other time. Galloway's back on the floor. Barnheiser switch. They get Nicholson on Galloway inside, which is a mismatch. Drive on Leal. Leal puts his defense up. Another good stand on defense, and Baco clears the board. Carlisle's running the point. Here comes Indiana. We need Baco to score big time. Haven't had that in a while. He's really struggled. Indiana has held Northwestern to no field goals made since 9:35. Gets it over in the corner. Leal drives the lane, gets inside, flips it out. Ball's tipped. Here comes Northwestern on the break. Good defense. And Galloway is going to be called for the foul. You know, the one thing I like to say about Anthony Leal is that he has put in some very excellent minutes, but he has got to be a little more aggressive on taking his shot, because nobody trusts that he's going to shoot it. Barnheiser goes to the free throw line. And what's up, Kelma? First free throw is no good. Kelma Atrodia. Welcome. Smash that like today, Kelma. Hit the thumbs up. Sub. Do all that good stuff. Let's go. Second free throw is no good as well. And then Baco and Ballo are fighting for the rebound. Almost got called for the travel there, as they both had it when they come down. Galloway's going to rotate it to Ballo on the left wing. I bitch about him being on the high post, and now he's on the high post. They get it to Ballo again out there. He's going to hand it off to Galloway. Galloway 3-ball. No good. Rebound. Oh, Northwestern. Here comes Northwestern back the other way. Barnheiser's got it out high. He will have Leal on him. Off the pick. Drives. Gets inside. Puts it up. No good. Anthony Leal's going to be called for the foul, but that's pretty good defense. Yeah, I think Leal, and that's the sad part, fundamental, because Anthony Leal comes out of college as he might be the best shooter on this team, the best pure shooter, but his playing time has been so limited in his 5 years here at Indiana that he doesn't want to shoot the ball. And Barnheiser misses a third free throw in a row. Leal did not foul him there. If he did, it was before. And it's a second free throw goes down. It's a 2-point game. 2:28 to go. Carlisle gets out high, gets it to Galloway. Galloway gets it in Mbako, drives the lane on Nicholson, goes up, puts it up and in. Mackenzie Mbako has no three ball available, drives the lane on the bigger defender and gets a basket. Indiana's tied, 25 all. 2 minutes to go. Let's play some defense. Martinelli is working on Leal, gets it across court, shoots the three ball, no good. Ballo clears the board, stripped out, and it's going to go to Indiana. There is 2:05, 152 left to go. 150 to go left in the half. Carlisle's got it out high. He's got Martinelli on him, gets it to Ballo. Ballo gets it to Galloway. Galloway drives, flips it over to Carlisle. Had a look, didn't take it. Dribble penetration. There's 5 left on the shot clock. Galloway drives off of it, gets the lane, puts up the floater, and Trey Galloway hits that patented floater. And Indiana has its first lead since they may not even have led in this game that I remember. I know they did, but you know. It's first lead since 5-4. Barnheiser's got out high. Working on Galloway. Gets the switch to Leal. Drives the lane. Gets it to Martinelli. Martinelli calls the clear out. Drives on Galloway. Flips it up. No good. Tipped up and around. Nicholson clears the board. Leach for 3. I hate it. Short off the rim. No good. And that's out of bounds to Indiana as Barnheiser tips it and touches the baseline with 1 minute and 1 second to go. Indiana's got a chance to extend this lead and really sink this thing down to they can go for a 2-for-1 here, which I highly recommend. So let's take the shot here with about 50 seconds to go, 49 seconds in that area. Well, maybe a little deeper than that. Just so you have enough time for a possession. Galloway's going to go. He's going to drive, gets the lane, goes all the way to the hoop, and he's going to draw the foul. Galloway goes hard to the rim, and they're going to get Nicholson with the foul there. I feel like that's a little bit of a makeup call on the one against Leal. But Galloway's going to shoot free throws with 50 seconds left. So Indiana will definitely get another possession after this. If you play the possessions game here, which Indiana's got 2 free throws coming. Trey Galloway's got 5 points today. 2 for 4 from the floor. Let's see if he can make some free throws. First one's good. Martinelli and Ty Berry both come back in as they're in early foul trouble today. As each of them have 2. There's some Hoosier faithful. Second free throw's up, and it's also good. Indiana extends to a 4-point lead, 50 seconds to go. Galloway puts a little pressure on Leach as he brings it across the timeline. Get it to Barnheiser. Barnheiser's working on Mbako. Gets it off to Berry, who drives lane, puts up the floater. No good. Tipped up and around. Ball's controlled by, and they're going to have 20 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to get an extra possession here, down 4. Shot clock will be off after this one. Barnheiser's working on Galloway. He's got it out high, looking, drives the lane, step back, good defense, no good. Rebound Mbako, hands it to Leal. Leal gives it to Galloway. 15 seconds to go. Indiana can play for one shot. A 3-point shot here or anything to go in would be huge. Carlisle's got it, drives, gets inside the lane, flips it over to Mbako. Mbako drives on Martinelli, puts it up, and then Mackenzie Mbako takes it to the rim, gets the basket, and they'll see if they give Northwestern the timeout. But Indiana's got a 6-point lead at the break after a tremendous amount of defensive play the last 10 minutes. They're going to see how much time they're going to have left. Let's see here. Mbako lays it in with 1.3. I can't see anybody signaling timeout. So it's when they give the coach the timeout call. I think they're going to get about 1.3 to 1.1. They're going to give him 0.8. I was more generous than the referees. Yeah. So, fundamental, uh, that's one of the things, when I was a kid and I played basketball, and, it was a different game then. But as a guard, if your outside shot wasn't falling, what did you do? You dribbled the basketball, tried to get close to the rim, and shoot a layup. If you can't make an 18-footer, then go make a 2-footer or make a 5-footer. And then you work your way back out when you start finding a little bit of rhythm. And that might be what Mbako needs to get back on his game. Now, if I'm coach here, I'm removing anybody in foul trouble, and I'm putting in bigs. I would bring somebody in that hasn't played, let them just get a little bit of taste in this first half. Well, I'm not used to this. Hold on a second. I'll have to look here in a minute. Not great. Leach throws it up. No good. Nice attempt at it from about 65 foot. And Indiana will lead into halftime today here with a 31-25 lead. Absolutely played excellent basketball the last 12 minutes of the half. Not a lot of errors that happened there, just good defense. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well, and we'll talk about that a little bit right now. As a team right now, Indiana's shooting 32% from the floor. It was not pretty. I'm sorry, 35% from the floor, 33 behind the line, and 80% from the free throw stripe. Yeah, they closed the half on an 18-2 run, which is absolutely huge. I mean, huge. And you know what? In those 2 points, I don't think there was a single basket scored. Fundamental. They got the lead with defense in this game, and you know how that, because like earlier, what I was talking about is that Northwestern held that lead for a long time because we weren't shooting the ball well. So they weren't really worried about it because the lead was kind of, still there. But once you get behind, once you start trailing and the other teams played pretty good defense against you, it changes the way you shoot the basketball. Everything's a little hurried. Everything feels a little bit more necessary to go in. And when you apply a little bit of pressure on the road, when these guys shouldn't have it on the road, then they get a little worrisome, and that's right where we're at right now. So Indiana ended the half on an excellent run. Offense looked like dog crap for the most part. There wasn't a lot of good in that offense today, except for rebounding. Rebounding, I mean, that was really the big thing in the game so far, and everybody was getting involved. Trey Galloway, 7 points off the bench. Him and Omar Ballo leading the team right now. Anthony Leal, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Hey, I'll take that. That's leadership. Malik Renew came in, didn't interfere in the offense, because he came in and how everybody complained about the offense with him on the floor with Ballo. Didn't interfere, but he did come in and get a couple points from the free throw line, execute a couple free throws, and got that knee loosened up a little bit. And when you hurt a ligament in your knee, the thing about that is about strength and confidence and being confident in that knee when you play. And running him out there for a minute or two here and there, 3 minutes, just to see how well he's going to play, probably is really going to bode well for him in the second half. I'm super impressed. This game is going to be played. This game is going to be played no higher than the 70s, which I love for our team. I feel like we're good for 70, usually right around 70 points. Right now, we're looking to be in the 60s and the 50s with the way the first half went. I suspect shooting will be a little bit better in the second half. A lot of good to talk about. Miles Rice doesn't have the assist, but he was attacking the glass. Miles Rice getting rebounds. That's a big help. That helps start when your guards rebound, you start breaks, give you a chance at fast break points. Leal's defensive effort was amazing. Yeah, this is a quad one. Yes, sir. Quad one is a road game with somebody, I think, up to a 75 net ranking, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, this would be another quad one to get. This would look, if you can get this win right now, if you can hold off this team, that gets you to a 3 quad one wins and 5 losses. I don't know how many it takes to make the NCAA tournament, but you're going to have a chance. You know, I got to think 3 is going to put you in that conversation already where we stand right now, and another couple more. I mean, look, I want to be in the NCAA tournament, but I don't want to be I don't want to be a bubble team. I want to be in there so that when we go into the Big Ten tournament, we don't have to go out there and win 2 games. I think that takes about 6 more wins. I think 20 to 21 wins in the regular season. I think that pretty much secures it. As long as you don't drop any games you're not supposed to, you can lose to quad one teams. And the next 8 games are all quad one, I think, including tonight. Yeah, this is the one I marked on my calendar too, right? Because generally we don't play well. I haven't played well here. It seems like everything's a struggle on this court. And in Northwestern, and credit Chris Collins, he brings a different style of basketball to the floor, and really defends the post pretty well. I mean, the post is not where we're getting our points today. I mean, maybe some dribble penetration, but mostly mid-range shots and a few threes. It's not been like a dominant force inside. I mean, yeah, Jake. I mean, the Big Ten tournament feels like coaching to me because you know coaching and fatigue. I think when you get to the Big Ten tournament at the end of the year, I think fatigue plays a part of it, especially if you're stressing trying to make the big dance. This year, you got to be in the top 15, I think, to be in the Big Ten tournament. So it's going to be a little tougher. And usually the teams that do well in the Big Ten tournament and the Big Ten as a whole has struggled in March and the NCAA tournament, because that tournament, let me tell you something a little bit about the Big Ten tournament. It's aggressive. It is cumbersome, and it's not where you want to be. Fundamental hits it right on the head. If you go into that tournament, you need a bye. You need to get in there and get a bye and get a decent draw, because you don't want to be playing on day one of that tournament. You don't want to be in the bottom of that bracket. There's another Big Ten fellow right there. King of Cleveland's in the house. Congratulations to your Ohio State Buckeyes, national champions for the college football this season. Got to throw credit where credit is due. Got the Big Ten another W, which makes our conference look that much better going into next year. Not that I like the fact that you beat my team, but I like the fact that you finished the season. You and Penn State both finished very strong. Thank you guys very much for that. It makes the conference look a hell of a lot better going forward. And right now, the Big Ten is the best conference in college football. Argue with me, please. I dare you. Good for you, bro. Maybe drop me an email with a pic, bro, so I can post it, or post it in the Discord. If are you part of the Discord, King? Is Adam in here? Adam, are you in here tonight? Duke. Adam, Duke. Yeah, fundamental. I think if you win against the teams that you're competing with for them tournament spots. So like that win on the road at Penn State, March, when it comes down, if Penn State makes a run and they're getting close, and you make a run and you're close, and you both are sitting there on the bubble, the committee's going to say, hey, Indiana won at Penn State. They won that game on the road. So there's points for that. Ohio State is a team that's very capable of making a run. I don't know what their problem is right now, but Bruce Thornton is really good. And I don't know why they're struggling this part of the season. They already have a win at Kentucky. Another really good opportunity, but going against another, a bubble team. If Kentucky ends up on the bubble, let's just say that happens. And Indiana and Kentucky are competing against each other for a spot. Well, guess what the committee looks at? They look at like opponents. Kentucky lost at home to Ohio State, but Indiana won at Ohio State. Discord is kind of like a place for everybody in the Blood fam to get together, post pictures. We all talk in there and hang out. I'm not sure if anybody's here to post it right now, and I don't know if I have a postable link. Yeah, so Fundamental, do you just subscribe to teamrankings.com? Or do you get that email after every game? Just asking. Because if you don't, that's one of the sites that I would sign up for if I were you. Because it takes the performances game by game. It takes the performances game by game and kind of gives them an analytical sense and gives you the numbers of what they need to make the tournament from here on out. The next day I get an email. Look that up on your computer, dude. Teamrankings.com, because if that's where I get a lot of my information about teams when I start researching. That's the place that I go first. I look at the net rankings, of course, but I look at teamrankings.com as well, because tomorrow after this game is over, they will recalculate the percentage chance of making the tournament and so on and so forth. And you can get comparisons for the games. You can see where you're better than the team you're playing and which team has the advantages and stuff like that. So especially when I'm betting games and when I'm gambling. So it's pretty cool. If not, remind me, and next time I'm in here, because I'm not really prepared for links and stuff today, I will post it, and you can get signed up. It just comes to your email after every game, an updated team ranking for Indiana. But you can look on their website; they got everything. I'm literally surprised that Adam is not in here today. Anybody in the chat today that is a mod? Do I have a mod here today? Kind of surprising. Usually have one lingering. We'll see how long that lasts. Everybody, what everybody think of the Jets hiring Aaron Glenn today? Huh? Was it Aaron Glenn that they hired? I think so. Both of Detroit's coordinators scooped up to the two franchises that go through coaches faster than anybody. Now listen, I know I'm a bit conservative and a bit old school, but if I am the New York Jets, if I am the Chicago Bears, I'm not going after a coordinator. I'm going after a proven coach. Because guess what? With a proven coach, you don't have the questions of whether or not you need to fire the coach all the time. Mike McCarthy made sense for both of those jobs. Pete Carroll made sense for both of those jobs. But I just want to point out that organizationally, the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets make bad choices. I'm not saying that those two coordinators are going to be bad coaches. One of them could hit and be the next Sean McVay or Kevin O'Connell. But those organizations don't need to take chances right now. They need to create stability within their own teams. And going with a hot shot coordinator feels frivolous to me. It doesn't feel like making a good decision. And we saw what happened to the Jets after they removed Saleh. That defense went to poop. And that defense was a top-tier defense before then. So, in Chicago, never really had it figured out this year. And they really, given Eberflus 2 years, I don't know if he was right or wrong, but it was the same type of coach. They needed to hire somebody proven, honestly. I mean, my God, there was so many other candidates out there. Las Vegas looked like a good job for Aaron Glenn, or New Orleans or Jacksonville in the Sun. Go down there with a coordinator. I know Jacksonville needs a proven coach as well, but Dallas. Okay, you know what? If Jerry likes you, then that's a good thing. I just did not feel that was the spot right there. I did not feel that Chicago and the Jets were the spot for those two guys. And I feel bad for both of them because they both may end up being great coaches. But right now, don't know. Northwestern, Maryland, UCLA, Penn State, Washington, Ohio State. Win those unranked games and you get to 20. The other 6 games are all ranked, and icing on the cake if you get anything. Agreed. The UCLA game, the UCLA game is interesting to me in that match. Ohio State, Penn State at home, I think those are both very doable. Washington is interesting. I think these new teams in the Big Ten, I know we played very well against USC, and guess who's starting to play well? USC. They've got some real players, and Eric Musselman can flat out coach. But yeah, fundamental, I'm with you. That Maryland, and on that list, that Maryland and UCLA game seem to be high on the list of things that you need to get done. But you know what? I got a suspicion. Man, I think we're going to beat Michigan. I really do. For some reason, I'll talk about that when we play them, but I feel like that's a game we can really win. It's a game that really suits Ballo and Renew on the floor. It feels like the matchup favors us. And I don't say that very often. Here we go. Here comes Rice out of the timeout here. Leals are going to hand it off to Leal. Leal's looking. He's got Leach on him. Feeds Ballo on the post. Ballo's got Nicholson behind him. He's at 8 feet. Can he get any closer? Creates a little space. Misses the shot. Good look for Umar Ballo. It just didn't go down. Here comes Leach back the other way for Northwestern. Indiana, keep that defense up strong. Keep them taking bad shots. They get the pick. Martinelli's got it. He's working on Goody. Drives the lane. And Martinelli gets the layup. Strong over Ballo. And Northwestern gets the first 2 points of the half. 31-27. 19:15 to go. Rice has it out high. Here comes Mbako off a pick. They get him the ball. He had a look. He drives the lane. Instead of just firing, puts it up on Nicholson. No good. It rolls off the rim, but a good look for Mbako. And Northwestern's got a chance to put another basket on the board here as they come out a little inspired right now. Step back, nothing. Corner over there. Barnheiser for 3. No good. Mbako rebound. Here comes Rice up the right side. He's going to push. 1-on-4. Rice takes it to the basket, and he hits it. Miles Rice, I don't know how that's not a foul, but he makes the basket, and Indiana goes back up 6, 33-27. That was very – Ty Berry shoots the deep ball, no good. Cleared out. Goody gets the rebound, but Barnheiser steals it back. Nobody secured the ball. That should have been travel, and Barnheiser gets the roll. And the game comes out with a little bit of different energy than what we had in the first half. A little bit more of urgency and aggression right now. Play your defense, run your play, run your offense. Gets it to Ballo on the post. Ballo's working on Nicholson. He's going to back his way in. He's going to get, there comes the double team. Cross court, Mbako wide open. It's got to go. Yes, sir. Mackenzie Mbako hits his first triple, and Indiana's up 7. They double team Ballo, and Ballo hit the assist again. Don't let me forget to talk about Ballo at the end of this game. Nicholson's got it out high, feeds it into Martinelli. Martinelli's got Goody on his back, pushes off. Martinelli very strong on the post against Goody, and there was no help defense there to corral him in, and he gets the basket. 5-point lead for Indiana. Ballo gets it to Mbako. Mbako back to Ballo. Ballo drives the lane, and he's going to get the foul on Barnhizer and get a couple free throws. I'll talk about it right now. Umar Ballo on the low post, seeing that double team coming and hitting the open guy. 3 passes tonight, 3 3-point baskets, and every one of them came at a very important time in the game. When a team is making a run at you, a 3-point basket is a silencer. It's a momentum killer. It makes them think a little bit about what they're doing defensively. And Ballo has got 3 dimes for 3 3-pointers in this game, and absolutely huge. Ballo's at the free throw line for 2. First one short off the front rim, no good. Second free throw for Ballo is good. 37-31, back to 6. Indiana continues to hold that lead. Here comes Leach across the timeline. He's got Miles Rice on him. What a nice matchup between those two. He gets it to Martinelli, who's out high off the pick, looking. He's looking to drive. Looking for Barnhizer. Hands it off. Barnhizer switches. He's on Goody. Step back behind the 3-point line. Drives the lane. They're trying to focus on Goody. Goody holds position. 3 ball. And buried it. Ty Berry hits the 3 from the corner. And it's a 3-point ball game. Mbako's got it out high. Hits Rice. Rice is going to work it high pick by Ballo. Rice drives the lane. Gets it off to Leal. Leal dunks it, and it goes in, but they're going to get it for offensive goaltending. So Leal hangs on the rim to protect himself. The ball goes in, and they're going to call that offensive goaltending. Boo. Leal getting a dunk would have been excellent. There he goes, driving the lane, gets inside, puts it up. Block shot by Ballo. And they're going to call that goaltending? Leal is pleading his case. Whoa, I think that's a block. I think he got it. He pinned it. They give Northwestern, and Northwestern's clawed back to within a point. Indiana needs not lose their composure and get something here, get a good shot. They get the ball to Ballo, and Nicholson's going to get called for the foul. And there's another thing. That's only his second, but you get their bigs in trouble, and their depth there is not what we have. And there's a turnover on the inbound play. And as of right now, Mbako doesn't get the ball in fast enough. I think that's a 5-second call, or he either that or moved his feet. I think they're just bad. And when you got bad refs, don't give them a chance to call anything. That's Indiana's 10th turnover so far to the game today. Rice is on Leach. You got to get back to playing defense here. You stopped him for 10 minutes straight. And there's Martinelli for the deep three ball, and he hit it. And if you let him find rhythm, he will destroy you. And Indiana's got to come up with something here. Coach probably ought to go to the bench. Tipped ball to Ballo. Ballo's a little out of position right now. He's going to try to drive it. Gets it to Goody. Goody steps inside the three-point line. No good. Leo clears offensive glass. Gets it back out around the horn. Goody thinks about it. Gets it into Ballo. And that's going to be on Nicholson again, and that'll be his third. Yeah, they're waiting for the TV timeout. They're going to get the foul there. It's not a bad look. You know they're going to make a run, but you got to find a way to stop the bleeding, and that's by defending Martinelli. We got to defend the three-point line because that's where they're going to go. I'm just playing that scoreboard. It's a little crazy. They do get lazy on the switches. Yeah, so I was talking with a guy at work the other day about that, and sometimes I think the everybody switch game plan, I think you get players that get lost in that, right? And always switching. They forget where their place is on the floor. They forget what their responsibility is. If where they're at in that line, if they're not the guy that switches, but if their rotation, I couldn't figure the word I wanted there. A lot of guys lose where they're supposed to be on the floor if the rotation gets to where they need to move. Usually the first two are bad, but it's usually after the switch takes place and they drive towards the third defender on that side, and usually it's open for a kick out because they pin the defender away and nobody can get over to cover it. They're looking at both goaltending calls. That's a block. Hopefully they take them points off the board. And they haven't taken any points away. So I don't think they thought that was a clean block. Yeah, I think there's certain switches that you need to make in that. Ballo's got a couple attempts at the free throw line, if I'm not mistaken. First one's up, no good. And the fans are going to start screaming. This might be the loudest we hear the fans tonight, trying to get free French fries. Second one's up, and it is good. Ballo holds that 1 for 2. And look at that knee brace that Ja'Kai Newton is wearing. I'm telling you what, that poor young man. Northwestern's hit its last 5 field goals starting this half. And that means they're back playing a little tough here. You got to play some defense on them and break that. Drive. Going to get it down to Barnheiser. He's working on Leo. Inside, puts up the hook, and good. 6 in a row. Adam Do me a favor. Post a Discord link today, please, sir, and thank you. King, he's going to post a link. You can join up. Gets the ball down on the post. Ballo has it. He's working inside. Turn around, puts it up. Good defense, no good. Very nice. I'm telling you what, they defend the post really well. 38-41. And there is a strip. Martinelli splits Ballo and Rice, and somebody's going to get called there. How does anyone not know how to play defense? Because that's the problem. Most of these players are focused on offense. They're focused on scoring, and they get to the point in their mentality where they don't think they need to defend. They're just trying to make the NBA. And a lot of people think that you don't have to be able to defend to make the NBA. You just got to score. Barnheiser drives on Goody. Goody cuts him off. Step back. Missed it. Miles Rice gets the free throw, and thank goodness they finally missed. Indiana gets an opportunity here. Rice drives, gets inside, puts it up. Oh, they call the foul on the floor. What a move by Miles Rice. King, if you're still here, there is the Discord. Click on that link and sign up. Gets it into Goody. Goody gets to the baseline, puts it up. No good. No good, no foul. Goody hits the ground. Here comes Northwestern with a chance to extend. And they have got to find something here to stop this Northwestern team right now or run some offense to get a basket. All right, Leach is going to drive, pulls up from 15. No good. Mbako clears the glass. Mbako could be the guy this half. Get him in rhythm. Get him the ball. I think, oh, my God. Ballo's going to get called for the foul, trying to post up. He swung an arm. That'll be his second foul. And a couple things are not going right for Indiana right now. All right, Mbako's a little bit more involved on defense as he's got Ty Berry right now. You know what? I'm with you, Fundamental. There's Martinelli, who gets open for the three, misses it. Ballo clears the glass. Here comes Galloway. Galloway brings it across the timeline. There's the high pick. Galloway gets into the lane, looks about it, puts up the floater, gets no good, and that'll be out of bounds to Indiana. I like that kid Barnheiser too, by the way. He doesn't score when I want it, when I think he should, but my God, he is always in the middle of everything. Get it into Galloway. Galloway thought about the three ball, doesn't take it. Good defense. Mbako will. Hard off the rim. No good. Ballo cleans the rebound up and lays it in. And Indiana's back to a 1-point deficit. Yeah, that's why this is where coach should rest him, right? This 13-minute to about 8-minute range. Bring in Renew, bring in Hatton, somebody. Get Ballo out of the game so he has fresh legs for the stretch. There's a three ball by Barry, and he hit it. Just a little bit of pick action there, and Northwestern extends to a 4-point lead. You need to do that right now. You've got time. Get him out for a break. Rest your guys. Goody, cross court. Looks, drives the lane, nothing. Gets it back to Rice. 14 on the shot clock. Rice drives right. Doesn't go through the pick. Now he does. Step back. Defense gets it to Goody. Ballo gets it to Goody, and Goody hits the reverse layup. 2-point game. Umar Ballo is getting to be such a good player. He's really doing things that I like, but he needs a break right now. There's Barry on the inside, flips it up, no good. Mbako's going to foul him there. And that is and Mbako going for the rebound there, draws the foul. Oh, and he shoved him at the end. And he's frustrated because he got beat on the 3 ball. Gets the ball inbounds, 44-42. Good thing they didn't go to the monitor for that, because I would have hated to see that be a technical. Over, and he's open again. And that time it was, oh, who fouled him? They're saying Leo fouled him. I don't even think he touched him. They're going to call Leo on the foul on Martinelli as it was a moving pick. How the hell do you call that? What is that? Martinelli is preventing him from getting to the basketball to make a defensive play. And Leo runs into Martinelli, and Martinelli's not stable. How is that not a moving pick? That's got to go the other way, right? Tell me I'm not seeing something stupid or wrong. What was that? I don't know. I'm a little upset with that. I don't know how you can call that a foul. And furthermore, that's Leo. It's either Leo's third or fourth foul. When it should be on that's got to be a moving pick. How can you justify calling that anything other than a moving pick? Martinelli falls into the shooter, and they're going to call the guy on the other side of that. If you set that precedent, teams are going to start designing plays where it makes their guy look like he gets pushed into the shooter to try to get a 4-point play. You mark my words, somebody just thought of that when they saw that. I just want to know that I can't believe that's what this call is going to end up being. I cannot believe it. If that's what it is, it's going to mess me up. Huh. I'm completely. That's a moving pick. That is a moving pick. Have no idea, Sam. No, it's a moot point at this point unless they fire him midseason. They're going to give him the 3 and the basketball when the foul occurred before the shot. I totally disagree. They're going to work it inside. I'm got to get my brain back. Leach has got it. Works on Goody. Throws it up. Oh, my God, and it goes in. Off balance, flipped it. 7-point lead. (18-5) scoring run for Northwestern. Goody's open for 3. It needs to go. Yes, sir. Luke Goody buries a triple and cuts this lead back to 4. Play some flipping defense right now. Leach has got it out high, hands it off to Martinelli, who Indiana's done a pretty decent job on today. Goes off the pick, drives, works his way in, nothing there. Drives on Galloway. And there's a steal. There goes Rice. Rice is all alone, goes up and lays it in. Miles Rice cuts it to 2. Let's go. Lazy pass by Northwestern. Miles Rice takes it the distance, and that's what he does offer. And Northwestern sees a change. Chris Collins is livid. He is out there screaming at his guys. And just like that, the athleticism of this Indiana team shows that its head of how good it can be and sneaks up there and gets a steal. The good thing is that when teams start out hot like this, they don't normally stay hot the whole half. And if you can just hang around on the road and keep this within a possession, you've got an opportunity, and Indiana's got it back to within 2 with half the second half remaining. Bro, I'm completely disappointed in that call. Look, I get it. If you want to call the push, I get it. You can call it a push, but that's a moving pick considering he's shielding that guy from the shooter. Yeah, he went fundamental. You saw that, right? He went straight after I don't know what that guy's name is. Maybe it's Wyndham or Hunger. Went after Hunger and just lit into him on that timeout. See, when you do that, just look at it from a psychological standpoint, right? Your team's been playing excellent this half. You're on a tear, basically. You've dominated the first half of the second half, and then they make a little bit of a run, a couple baskets, and then you rip your guys. Then you rip your guys for one mistake. And now they're going out there walking on eggshells. Don't get me wrong. I believe that you need to rip guys when they need it. I wish Coach Woodson would rip people too. I wish every coach on that bench would rip guys when they mess up a little bit. Maybe it would make them, think about it a little bit more. But that's the wrong time to tear into him. You reassure him, but you make sure you get your point across. Because how you treat your team it's another one of those things. It really helps you, keep these are 18 to 22-year-olds. Most of them are very emotional kids right now. Like Luke Goody he's playing his dream out right now, and he's getting beat to death because he took on Dan Dockich on Twitter. All right, Barnheiser has it. He misses it. What a showboat shot and an air ball. All right, here comes Rice. Indiana's got a chance to tie or take the lead. Ballo sets the high pick. There he goes working around. Goody's open for 3. Get in there. Yes, sir. Luke Goody buries the triple, in Indiana before we get to the 10-minute mark is back up by a point. Chris Collins just accentuated his problem by ripping his team on the bench during that timeout. Goody comes out, buries a triple after a bad shot by Barnheiser. Martinelli's going to try to settle him. He drives, double team, gets it inbound, and Ballo blocks it into next week. Barry gets it back, shoots the 3 ball. That's no good. Goody clears the rebound, and a great possession on defense by the Hoosiers. 9:34 to go. Indiana's got a 1-point lead. Galloway drives. He's got his play. Goes and flips it up to Ballo, and Ballo lays it up and in. He doesn't dunk it, but the Northwestern defense just collapsed, and it was an easy 2 points for Ballo. 10-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Barnheiser drives the lane, puts it up, and he scores. Slows the run down, cuts it to a 1-point lead. But Indiana's playing some electric ball here in the last couple of minutes. A little bit of that defensive prowess. They get it down to Ballo. Ballo back to Rice. Rice is open. He thinks about it. Works off of Leach. Drives the lane. Gets to the baseline. And that is stolen away. Bad passes. Ty Berry jumps in front of the Rice's pass. When I was talking about taking bad angles, that is what I mean right there. He left himself no choice. Berry shoots the three from the corner and hits it. Northwestern answers with 5 straight. Luke Goody did his best to close out as Anthony Leal went for a steal there, and Northwestern's back up by 2. And we're in for a fight. You have got to keep the pedal down. There goes Galloway, drives the lane, gets inside. Looking, Ballo was open. Ballo gets the pass, double team comes, flips it out, over. Galloway for 3. No good. Very nice defensive set by Northwestern as they control the lead and the ball. 8 minutes to go. 54-52. And that's a charge, right? Yes, sir. Martinelli lowers his shoulder and Goody's in good position, and he will draw the offensive foul, and that will get us to the under 8 timeout here. Leo goes around the screen and tries to get the steal, and Ty Berry fades to the corner and makes that 3 ball. There you go, fundamental. That's when you're telling me that switching isn't necessarily the best thing to do. Goody tried to close. No. And watch. Mark my words. Where my biggest problem with this team is the last 8 minutes of ball games. So, coach shortened the bench here in the second half. We've not seen Carlisle. We have not seen Carlisle or Renew. Langdon Hatton hasn't played today. Those are fresh bodies that can give you minutes. Carlisle's defense can give you a boost. He did when he was in there. He didn't score, but he gave you a boost on defense. Carlisle is one of those guys that he needs reps. Proven that in the Ohio State game. Given an opportunity to play. You know, you're right. They need a break. You know what else? But you know what else being substituted out does? It makes you watch others play the game from the bench. You know, if watching other people play the game doesn't motivate you to get back in, I don't know what does. But if you're just look, Ballo at some point this year is just going to feel like an expendable hired hand if they don't treat him a little bit better. And I know right now Renew can't play a lot. I got it. But you still got Langdon Hatton over there, and he should be able to give you 5 minutes a game and give Ballo 5 minutes of rest. We have less than 8 minutes to go in this game. Northwestern has played basically essentially the way they played the first half of the first half. But we have got to make some changes right here. I think this is a good spot to get a couple guys a minute or two. All right, Carlisle does come in at the break. So Woodson decides that he's going to rest his guys a little bit and Renew. My God, he read my mind. Thank goodness. Galloway's got it out high. He's working on Berry. Galloway drives the lane, gets to the rim, and he's blocked, and it's out of bounds, stays with Indiana. And just like, fundamental, they went to that play because they know that play with Galloway driving is a good play. And what that's going to do, it's going to open up a 3 ball for Goody. Renew has it out high, hands it off. Galloway goes. He drives. Nothing there. Gets it to Renew. Renew works on Nicholson. Misses it. No good. Renew grabs a hold when he doesn't make the shot, and he's going to get called for the foul there. So, yeah, see, that's what I'm saying is, yeah, that pick and roll is going to open that 3 ball up too. That's why it's such a good play. Because you got to defend the post and the wing. Barry's got it out high. Nicholson's with him. Flips it up inside. Martinelli gets it and scores. Martinelli had a mismatch on Carlisle and took advantage of it there. Northwestern leads by 4. Galloway's got the ball out high, looking for the pick. He's going to get the ball to Carlisle. Carlisle works it to the right, and they go to, oh, my God. That should have been out of bounds on Indiana, I think. So ref saw Barry's hand. It slapped it off of Goody's face. They can't review that call. Chris Collins is getting threatened. It's non-reviewable right now. But the referees feel like everybody's bitching. Galloway gets the ball back. This is a chance right here. Galloway gets inside the lane, flips it up to Ballo, and that's tipped out of bounds, and they're going to get Ty Barry with the foul as he tries to defend it. And so they know that play is coming. Renew. And Renew gets rejected. Get back on defense. Barnheiser's working on Goody. Flips it out. Deep 3 ball. Hits it. Fudge. And now here comes Mackenzie Mbako back into the game here in a second. As I think Renew is struggling a little bit on the floor right there. Ballow's got it out high looking. And there's just Barnheiser playing stiff defense. Indiana's down by 7. And this is appropriate time. If they score, you have to take a timeout. You cannot wait till the under 4. Drives on Ballo. Barnheiser inside, flips it out. Leach for another 3 ball. He hit another one. And that might be your ball game, folks. Yeah, so I'm not sure where the disconnect is on defense, but when Renew came in the game, something went away. Carlisle and Galloway both got lost on Leach, which hasn't really hurt us yet in this game. Now, mind you, this game is not over, but it's a big deficit at this point, and you cannot afford any more mistakes. You got 6 minutes and a 10-point deficit, and you've got to feed your shooters, and you've got to make plays to get shots for Goody and Mbako, who are both on the floor right now. And you've got to go back to playing that defense you played in the first half. And that means Anthony Leal and Kenon Carlisle need to be on the floor. I don't think you can run, but you need Galloway out there too. So where are you going to leave Rice? The guys that play defense need to be on the floor. The second half has been it's been highly preventable. It really has so far. Yo, yo, yo. Have a wild Alex in the house. Let's go. Rice has got it out high. He's going to work on Leach. You got to get some foul. You got to get on the free throw line. So this would be a good spot to draw your one to get to the 1-and-1. Rice has it out high. Nicholson's out there with Ballo. Rice drives the lane. He goes all the way to the rim, lays it up. And Galloway's blocked, but Ballo's there to clean it up. Cuts the lead back to 8. You got to play defense now. You got to cover shooters, and you can't let anybody – you just can't let – you got to get your switches right. Rice, Leach throws it up again, and he hits another one. That was undefendable there. I hate to say it. That's an NBA-style shot. That is 9 straight points for that young man. Blood pressure medicine. I think I need to get a refill tonight. Rice is out there high, works, drives, nothing there. Gets it to Ballo on the high post. Not where I'd like to see Umar. Hands it off to Mbako. Mbako step back, 18-footer, hit it. Mackenzie Mbako comes up clutch, cuts this lead back to 9, but you need to have a series of stops, and you got to play defense. Leach, who's taken over this game from the point guard positions, out high, and Rice is on him. You've got to defend him. Martinelli pulls the trigger. No good. Nicholson clears the offensive rebound. And no, step back 3 for Barnheiser, and he hit it. You get the defensive stop, but you lose Barnheiser. Rice drives the lane, gets it to Mbako. He puts up the triple. No good. Ballo clears the offensive glass. Good job. Gets it to Goody. Goody drives in the corner, gets it out to Mbako. Mbako rolls it to Rice. 10 on the shot clock. Indiana does not have a lot of time to. Rice pulls up, and he misses it. And Ballo gets it knocked away from him on the rebound. And unfortunately, it's going to take – there is no bounce in their step right now. Look at the defense. Ballo's gassed. Nicholson's out there out high. Ballo's tugging his shorts. You got Langdon Hatton on the bench. Ballo cannot be effective when he's tugging his shorts. Martinelli shoots it. No good. Tipped out. Another 3-ball to Barry. No good. And it's tipped up and in as this whole Indiana team has stopped rebounding. And there's a steal on the inbound pass, and coach has lost it. That one there that Leach hit is okay. But an offensive rebound and second chance points will kill you every time. Yeah, Mike. Blood pressure medicine. I'm feeling a little red in the face right now myself. Yeah, that's the problem, Mike. When you say that some of these nights just don't make sense, we're sitting in here at the 8-minute mark talking about it. And so one of my biggest complaints that I've ever had, and I don't generally complain about coaching a whole lot because I know it doesn't do any good to sit here and whine that it's a coaching issue. But so coach will run 8 to 10 people out in the first half. He will substitute liberally in and out to keep people as fresh as humanly possible for the first half. During that last stretch in the first half, they had foul trouble on Northwestern, and they had just control of the game. In the second half, he shortens his bench and doesn't give anybody a break. And the ones that he does sit down is usually the ones that are playing defense, like Anthony Leal, or somebody that can spark your team like Miles Rice, Mackenzie Mbako. Those are the guys that sit down in the second half. And Umar Ballo, who you're paying from the transfer portal, is doing a yeoman's work out there, but he's gassed. Northwestern has 3 bigs to counteract him, and you've got Langdon Hatton over there on the bench that really deserves an opportunity to get 5 minutes a game, which he was getting when Renew was out. But just because Renew's back, you take him off. It's just stupid. And now you're at 307 down 14 because you don't have legs. And that is the simplest reason. You get lazy on defense when you don't have legs. You don't fight through picks when you don't have legs. Northwestern's been very liberal. And Ballo just threw out the elbow, I think. I think he dropped that chicken wing. Feel the same sometimes, but love the anticipation. Yeah. They're going to rotate it around. They had fouls to give, not now. And now they're finally double teaming. They get it into Nicholson. And Rice just takes it from him. Here comes Miles Rice, down 14. Gets in the lane, over to Mbako. Mbako's got Martinelli on him. Good defense there. Galloway's got you got to get up a shot. You should have took a shot in transition there. Take it to the rim. Cross court, bad pass. Mbako retrieves it, gets it down to Ballo. Look how Barnheiser gets in between his man and the ball. And then he thinks about the double team. And then Mbako buries a triple. You need a turnover. Let's not give up until it's over. But Northwestern probably doesn't have to score again. They're going to get it to Barry. Barry's got it. He does not take the shot. And you guarantee you that this Northwestern team will use most of this shot clock. Mbako gets the steal out high. He's going to drive it. Puts it up and in. This chance for another three-point play is Martinelli is stupid and tries to take a flop charge. He doesn't give him. He's already there, so. Might have been a charge, but I'm not going to argue with it the way this game's gone. All right, lead is down to 9. Mbako's at the free throw line. He hits it, cuts it to 8. Now you're in a sense of, do you want to play the free throw shooting game? They get it into Leach. Leach has got it out high. They're pressing a little bit. Martinelli's going to have to break it. He does. Gets it into the corner. Barry's got Mbako on him. Indiana will defend this time. If they get a stop, Leach has got nowhere to go right now. And get Luke Goody's on him. Don't foul. Don't foul. Double team. And Chris Collins burns a timeout there as Leach makes a mistake and gets trapped at half court. You know what? I really want to see how this team reacts going to Purdue, Wisconsin, and Michigan State. But if you can win, like Fundamental said, if you can win your 2 home games or your 3 home games in this next stretch, 3 home games. I know you're not getting one, probably not getting one here unless you make a 3-ball here on the next play. And steal 1 or 2 of those road games, 4 wins out of this next stretch, you got a pretty good shot of making the tournament. And these kids from Northwestern are annoying as F. It's 4 seconds, shoots it. Oh, my God. Double teamed, and he hits through it. 10-point lead. Not a lot of opportunity left. We really needed a miss there. Need a chance. You got to run offense. You can't just sit out there. Drive. Gets it to Ballo. Ballo out to Goody. Goody shoots the 3-ball. He hits it. And this run's going to come a little too late, I'm afraid. Barnheiser's going to get the foul. Luke Goody's going to put him. But he didn't say fudge. Leads down to 7. Well, Goody gets the rebound. They still have a chance. We need a quick basket here. Quick basket. Get something to put pressure on. Galloway drives lane, gets inside, flips it cross court. Mbako for three. Hits it. Mackenzie Mbako cuts it to 4. 44 seconds left. Oh! They're going to call Miles Rice for the foul, and I think he got the ball. They did not re-show that play again, but I'm pretty sure that Miles Rice. It's embarrassing when Northwestern is mocking IU and sees them as an easy win on the schedule. Yeah. A big part of that is media portrayal. Social media, it's about what everybody says. And I really honestly believe, I really do honestly believe when they rostered this team up, knowing that there was going to be some rough time in there, like at the beginning of the year, I did not have faith in Battle for Atlantis, but I knew this roster was talented enough to be a good team. And there's a lot of injury that's happened. And I know that's not an excuse, but they're still a pretty good team. First free throw is good by 86% free throw shooter. Oh, damn. And speaking of which, I just saw the cheerleader do the backflips. Did you see the kid at Iowa that was flipping down the floor and knocked himself cold? I didn't hear how that turned out. Lead is up to 6, 74-68, 41 seconds to go. Galloway gets it, flips it up. Oh, my God, Ballo loses it. That should have went to Goody in the corner. It was wide open. Here's the one guy that's been missing free throws today, Brooks Barnheiser. He'll make them now that I'm talking bad about him. Of course. They're holding up signs that says extend Woodson. That's hilarious. $68-76, need a three ball. Rice will draw the foul. In that last drive, if they wouldn't have went for that alley-oop and would have tried Goody on the wing there and to fire up a three ball, everybody's butthole would have got real tight in that arena. First free throw is good. What a horrible second half defensive performance, though. I got to say, the one thing that they did well in the first half that they didn't do in the second half is close out on the three ball. I'm not real. This second half was very tough. Northwestern came out with a level of energy that we didn't have in the second half. And we were really we never replicated the energy. That's true. Northwestern, Chris Collins is a better, and good for Northwestern because Chris Collins is the right guy for that place. And they waited and they held on while he was struggling trying to build teams. And he's done a pretty good job. Second one's good. 7-point lead, 25 seconds to go. And Rice just loses it out of control. 9-point lead, 16.8 to go. Oh, Barnheiser's nose is just spewing blood right now. Oh, my God. There you go. Little instant karma for showboating when you don't need to. Yep, he broke his own nose. Rice comes up a little more under control this time. Goody drives, fires. That'll let wind the clock out. Indiana's going to take the L today, 79-70, after a very lackluster second half performance where they just couldn't match the energy of the Northwestern Wildcats. Fifth straight win for Northwestern versus Indiana. Best 5 straight from 1913. First 5 straight since 1913 that we've lost. Chris Collins, excellent coach. As he's sitting there with Luke Goody and Mackenzie Mbako, I'm watching Chris Collins as a coach, sitting there with Trey Galloway, Miles Rice, Chris Collins. They look like they know each other, ironically. And this is one that they really couldn't. I don't think they had to have this game, but this was one that would have really kind of erased the memory of the Iowa loss or the Illinois loss by playing well on the road. They falter in the last 7-8 minutes of the game. I'm still going to say it's conditioning and substitution pattern. Jake, much love, brother. Enjoy the snow while you have it because you may not ever see it again. Thanks for being here. Sam, Fundamental, Mike, I appreciate you all. Adam, I know you're still lingering in here somewhere. Appreciate you. Let me see who else I missed. Had a couple new folks in here tonight. And King of Cleveland, he's our resident Ohio State Buckeye, which congratulations to those guys for winning a national championship. Hopefully that's our Hoosiers next year. That's most of the chatters that's been in here today. But mark my words, if anybody wants to go back and watch this game from about the 8:30 mark to 0, you will see the reason why they lose the game. And it's not because this team was better. It's not because they had a masterful game plan in the second half. They had the legs to finish, and we did not. Nice little run there at the end, a little too late. I look to see more Mbako and Goody on the floor. The one positive about today's game is Mbako made some shots. His rhythm had been horrible, so I want to throw some props there. Malik Renew did not look ready. He was not able to go strong, and that's really scary. So we'll keep an eye on that. Langdon Hatton did not get a chance to play, and I think that was a mistake today. That's another mistake on Coach Woodson's behalf. When you got an extra able body on the bench, you should use them all the time. But you guys are amazing. I think the world of all of you. And I will see you guys on the next one. If I have time, I'll be gaming here in just a little bit to make my brain forget.